Hey, folks, thanks for tuning into Taste Radio, the #1 podcast for the food and beverage industry. I'm Ray Latif, the editor and producer of Taste Radio, and I'm with my show co-hosts, John Craven, Jacqui Brugliera, and Mike Schneider. Just a reminder, if you like what you hear on Taste Radio, please share the podcast with friends and colleagues. And of course, we would love it if you could review us on the Apple Podcasts app or your listening platform of choice. All right, people listening will not know that was the 5th time that I attempted to do the intro for this episode. I'm in a new setup here at the office in Newton.
He could not say co-hosts. He said
show hosts,
showboats.
No,
show
it's
floats.
because I'm in this new setup. I'm all out of sorts.
No goats.
Not only am I in the studio, but we have this brand new setup where I'm looking into a reflection of an iPad so that I can see you guys and not be looking directly into a lens when I'm recording these things. So I'm a little thrown off. That being said, I am known to screw up those intros, so it's nothing new. Anyway,
Right.
Jacqui, how you doing?
Good. Well, your studio looks great, so I think it's worth it.
It better be. No, Jacqui, I'm specifically asking you how you're doing because you have something really, really big coming up. And it's actually going to happen
Jacqui, no.
in the next half hour. I'm terrified for you.
I'm
I'm
terrified.
imploring you not to do it, but I guess we talked about it in a previous episode, so it kind of has to happen.
I know. So I've been trying to, I don't know, psych myself up or psych myself out, but I've been watching a bunch of videos for the Pocky one chip challenge. I was just watching Tony Hawk do it. He barely survived. So I'm pretty nervous, but I'm prepared. I have some almond milk and cottage cheese ready to go for when I die.
For when you die? Please don't die.
I'm ready.
You know what would happen to BevNet if you die, Jacqui? Literally, it would collapse onto itself. So like, it would be like an instant thing. It's almost like what are those things called? Self
implosion.
It's called a wormhole.
Controlled
Right?
detonation.
Controlled detonation, something like that.
An implosion.
Yes, self-implode. We would self-implode.
I think the fabric of time will rip and the space-time continuum will be shattered. And Jacqui, we're gonna be holding up the BevNet logo next to your face to see how close you can get to it. I'm pretty confident that you're
How
going
red.
Also, are we really degrading to like? I mean, this is like Howard Stern level here. Like, stay tuned. Someone's gonna eat fire. Like,
the way this went down was at the recent Super Coffee meetup. Ariana from Somi, the matcha energy beverage, came up to us and said, "Hey, you guys have been talking about this so much that I actually bought you a Pocky one chip challenge." And since Jacqui was talking so much about it, I slipped it into her bag.
I know. I made the mistake of talking a big game with my spice level. So brought that onto myself. I found it when I got home in my backpack. So I pretty much got iced, but the opposite,
and I think we need you to sign like a waiver before you do this.
Oh, God.
And it's like 8:30
Workplace
here
injury
on the
claim.
West Coast. So good luck to me for the rest of the day.
I'm really my palms are actually sweating thinking about this.
So the challenge is, can you eat the whole chip, right? So Jacqui, if
Yeah.
you take a bite and you can always tap out.
I can tap out.
There's no shame in the tap out.
All right, we'll
my
see how it goes.
Oh no. I wish I'd not put that in your bag. I wish I'd put it in the trash can.
Yeah, I blame you, Mike. This is all your fault.
It's my fault.
Well, as Mike mentioned, we have returned from our meetups in San Diego and Austin. Our meetup in San Diego was held at the BevNet WCB. That stands for West Coast Branch. And our Austin event was held at the headquarters of Super Coffee, where we sat down with the founders of Super Coffee, the DeSico brothers, and also an investor in the company. That's Touch Capital founder and CEO, Anna-Lena Kamenetsky, for 2 interviews that will be featured in future episodes of Taste Radio. Both conversations were chock full of great advice for early stage and emerging entrepreneurs. I feel like my conversation with the DeSico brothers was great because they were so candid and open about their struggles and what it takes to get to where they are right now. And, with Anna-Lena, it's fantastic because she's an investor in early stage brands at that seed and series A level, and talked about what she's looking for and what investors in her kind of field are generally looking for when it comes to new concepts.
Ray, you definitely got the best out of in both interviews. I mean, there's a point where you basically got the brothers this close to fighting Wegman style, the way they used to fight in the aisles, where Jimmy says that one of their flavors is stupid. you'll have to listen to the episode to find out which flavor it is. And then when you put Annalena on the spot with the word association, she was not prepared for that, but she did great.
Well, I think she wasn't prepared, but she was prepared because,
Yeah.
She had the answers that people weren't probably prepared to hear. Just as a hint, they were related to trends, ingredients, formulations, and hot categories. So
one example was that you asked her if gut health was a myth, and you have to hear her answer to that.
Well, no, I didn't. Well, okay, yeah, I won't spill any more, but yeah, it's great stuff. It's coming to Taste Radio soon. So look for that episode. Look for those episodes, excuse me, in the coming weeks. Once again, thank you so much to the entire San Diego team for an incredible event at our West Coast branch. I thought everyone seemed to have really, really good feedback. And of course, to the Super Coffee team in Austin, they were total professionals, and we could not have pulled off the event without them. And we saw about, between the two events, I think 300 plus people there, founders, investors, retailers. Jacqui, you were counting numbers. I mean, it was, I was impressed and really, really happy to see so many people.
Yeah, it was around 300 total. And it was great to see a lot of people in both spaces in both cities. Prior to COVID, we had opened up our San Diego office for a open house when we first moved into this office. And I remember people saying when we were coming back to events, oh, the last time I saw you was at your open house. And it was really good to see some of those faces again back in the office, saying, let's do this more, let's get together more, bringing the community together. So it was really nice. It was really nice to have you guys over here too, for the first time, for Mike and Ray to see the office and connect with the San Diego community.
Yeah, it was so great to meet with so many founders. We did something a little different on social media where I recorded some quick content with a bunch of folks that I called 10 Seconds with Taste Radio. Sat down with or stood up with folks from Marquee Energy, from Good Sunday, from Recoup Wellness, from Pocket Latte, Soul Juice, Courtside Beverages, and then at the Austin event with Somi, as Mike mentioned, Somi Energy, and also Kimbala. Really, really fun to speak with all those folks. If you want to check out some of that content, head to Taste Radio's Instagram account, and you can find the reels there. That's at BevNet Taste Radio.
I actually did something a little bit the same on my Instagram, Ray. I got
this isn't a competition, Mike. It's okay.
I know. Well, Ray, it was about. I mean, I got CP Jesus on my.
Oh, geez.
On my Instagram reels, you got to check that out.
Yeah, I wish you hadn't done that, but
that blew up, Ray. I mean, everyone loved that.
Yeah, it went viral. I'm going to hell. But yeah, no, I think, having these conversations with so many people, it was this opportunity to have, in-person conversations for 2 to 10 minutes with everyone. And, I think they're asking for our feedback on their products, their business plans. And, I think one thing I heard often from talking to founders was about, what does it take to scale? And this is one of those things where I get emails, I do phone calls, I do in-person conversations, and everyone these days seems to be looking for, well, not just capital, but do they have someone, or do I know someone that can help them scale? Do I know someone in operations? And, I do, but it's a tough question because it's all about, what you're prepared for and what your business plan is calling for and how much money you have. So it's not, I think it's more getting up to speed with the resources you need. John Craven, I mean, what advice do you have for early stage founders about, the things you're going to need to scale in that first and second year?
Jeez. Well, that's a tough question. How much time do we have here?
Well, I mean, it is a tough question, but I think that's the kind of question we're getting.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think right now the sort of big, theme that you see a lot of people talking about is just, not like trying to go too fast and, that there's a high cost to trying to really, disrupt some existing category or whatnot, just in terms of capital and time. And ultimately, I think, making choices that, set you up for long-term success. So when, your company does actually scale and hopefully, create some maybe profit someday, that you're not so, diluted down that it doesn't matter. And I think that's something that right now, where we've been through a stretch of lots of companies raising and raising and raising, like, again, there's like a new breed of companies that are just, trying to do it in a more organic way. So long-winded answer to your question, but
Well, it's a good answer, and I think you alluded to something that is becoming more important for founders and, of course, investors these days, and that's an eye on profitability. And I actually sat down with a founder who's been talking about this for a long time. That's Max Puvro, who's the founder of Petit Paw, which makes these fantastic premium and very high quality puddings in these small glass jars. You've probably seen them at Whole Foods. They typically come 2 to a pack. I sat down with him for an interview to be featured in an upcoming episode of Taste Radio. And I asked him, it's kind of a strange question, right? Like, why are you so focused on profitability? It's like you should be from the outset, right? But I think that's something that's been lost in recent years. And yes, it does take a lot of capital to scale. And yes, it takes a long time to be profitable. But it is something that he's been stressing to other founders, that this is something you can't forget. And you've got to watch every cost. You've got to consider your gross margin from the outset and at least have a path to profitability. So, and it's not just him who's saying that. I mean, if you've watched recent episodes of our Elevator Talk series, and with many of our hosts being investors, that is priority number 1 and or 2 and 3 for investors, that path to profitability. So if you, again, going back to the original question about scaling strategies, make sure you're keeping an eye on costs, make sure you do have a gross margin that's reasonable and an industry standard at least, and someone on your team who is experienced and knows how to get to a place where you are making good decisions about the future. So, and your operations in particular.
I have to put a little plug in there because we just announced for Nosh Live that we will have a speaker, Craig Sheasley, CEO of Yasso, speaking about this topic. So he'll actually be talking about tools for sustainable growth. So how do you not grow too fast and not too slow, and how do you hit the sweet spot? So,
And Ray, if you want your questions answered, I mean, that's the place to be. Nosh Live, BevNet Live. Everybody has a strategy for next year. They're already thinking about what their roadmap is for 2023. Our events are in late November, early December, and you have a chance to ask your hardest questions and vet your entire strategy with experts in the business. I mean, you can vet your strategy with product experts, marketing experts, experts on scale. Everyone is there to help you, and that's what the show's all about. So come to BevNet Live, come to Nosh Live, get your questions answered, and just make better decisions.
it was great to bring together, these smaller regional communities. And I think it just shows how tight knit and connected we all are. But it really also is just like a microcosm of what happens at our events in Santa Monica. That is the entire United States. That is, brands from Canada, from the UK. It's bringing everyone together, which is great. It's great to have these regional events, but we're able to get everyone at the same place for 2 days, 2+ days with BevNet Live, and have these conversations and have a lot of great presentations from leaders in the industry, and then bring, questions, comments, concerns from those presentations to the networking, to have one-on-one conversations.
Absolutely. I am really looking forward to the events, and really looking forward to seeing some of the folks that we saw in Austin and San Diego, in Santa Monica. If you want to sign up, and you should sign up, head to BevNET.com/events, and you'll find all the information on how to do so. If you have questions about the events and Maybe you're on the fence about heading out to California. You can also email us at ask@tasteradio.com. We'll get right back to you. Another big event is happening next week. That's Expo East 2022 in Philadelphia. Pretty much, well, it's not our entire team, but I think we're sending about 16 folks out there to Philly. It's going to be exciting. I'm hoping to see a lot of folks, a lot of new products, as is our editorial team. If you are exhibiting and you do have new products, rebrands, line extensions, new distribution or retail that you want to highlight, please let us know. Send us an email to news@BevNET.com for drinks or news@Nosh.com for food. It's that simple. Okay, according to my handy dandy Casio calculator watch, which is coming back in style, folks, by the way. Apparently well, my friends have told me that's coming back in style. They got me one of these, yeah. Actually, they were going to get me the gold one. The gold one.
I think you got duped, Ray.
I didn't pay for this, which I'm, but I mean, I can like multiply things, which is cool. So 9 times 8, is 72. So that's helpful for me.
Yeah, they don't teach math over there at the BU, right?
The BU, they don't teach anything really.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, they're hiring me back.
Burn.
Well, I'm mentioning that because it's we have a few minutes left before Jacqui has to eat her chip. In the meantime, I do want to talk about a couple interesting products that have crossed our desks that have come into the office. One being this new flavored bourbon whiskey called Schmalo. Now, Schmalo, you might guess, is a toasted marshmallow bourbon. It's in a large flask-like 750 milliliter bottle. Cute branding. It feels very campy, campfirey, if that makes any sense. The only thing that is throwing me off is that it notes that this is a bourbon whiskey made with natural and artificial flavors. Schmalo, I mean, we're beyond artificial, aren't we? And especially for spirits, I don't think it's really the best fit, but cool packaging. Just lose the artificial flavors and you might have a fan in me, which I know is the most important thing to your brand. So also want to highlight a brand called Spicewell. We featured Spicewell in a recent episode of Elevator Talk. This is a premium spice brand in which they market a salt and a pepper that they call new salt and new pepper. And each spice contains 21 plant-based vitamins and minerals. So interesting stuff. I'm going to take these home. I haven't had a chance to try them. I just saw them in the office. Has anyone tried them? Mike, John, tried these yet?
I have not tried them, but if you're willing to share, happy to try.
We have 2 more bags, but I'm probably going to take all 4 home. So
of course. I got this bottle of Kentucky 74 distilled non-alcoholic spirit for bourbon cocktails. So I guess a non-alcoholic bourbon. Excited to try this one. Not going to do it live on the show here, but
it's not out. You're not going to like fall off your chair or anything.
Well, I don't have a glass. It's more the issue, and then the other thing that came in recently that is pretty interesting on these new Vibes mood products. So they're these are the products that they recently announced, and they don't have CBD in them or any sort of hemp ingredients, and they're just like adaptogens and such, and pretty tasty.
Vibes being VYBES. Yeah, interesting. I saw that in the cooler. I was surprised to see that they have those cans. What are those? 10 ounces?
8 ounces.
8 ounces. Interesting stuff.
I'm surprised that John was able to get any of them because those things go so fast, and they came in while we were gone. So thanks, Jonathan Eppers, founder of Vibes, for sending those. Those are super tasty.
All right. Have we come to it? Have we come to the moment where Jacqui is going to eat her Pocky?
Well, while Jackie's preparing, Ray, I just want to add one more shout out to a product, and it's a dark day or a spicy dark day, or it's never going to be a spicy dark day again, because Honey Mama's is discontinuing their Mayan Spice, aka Spicy Dark. So I'm feeling a little down over here. Hoping to get my hands on some at Expo East, maybe some of the last bits.
I thought you were going to say they were discontinuing you.
Ooh.
Complete.
They've already got a restraining order against me. So
I mean, they might just be discontinuing your favorite product to keep you away.
possible.
Like
yeah,
it's just
possible.
a ruse. We'll see. We'll find out next week.
Well,
is something
my
to
favorite's
consider.
carrot cake, so please don't nuke the carrot cake.
All right. Are we gonna let Jackie do this? This
I
could
All
think
right.
so. I think it's
Are we
time
really
for
doing
the
this?
one chip challenge.
Mm,
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Jackie's hyperventilating.
I hope this
Ready.
isn't like one of those things where you let your friend ride their BMX bike and launch over some cars and they don't make it.
or you let
Oh,
your
man.
friend have too many gummies.
There
yeah,
are
there's that.
so many warnings in this box.
Jackie,
can
don't
we-
do it.
Can we see
It's
the
in
can
like
we
a-
see the box again? Oh, there it is. The one
What?
chip
Yeah,
challenge.
so
Jackie, do you have
there's like-
gloves?
I have a paper towel.
Yeah, don't touch that bare
anything.
chip.
Yeah.
And you're
I
gonna
know.
need some vegetable oil on your hands after that too, because
Okay.
that's
Throw
the
the
only
microphone
thing that
Opening
takes
it?
the heat off.
Oh,
Don't
it is
touch it.
indeed like
I don't know if I can watch
ooh,
this.
smells strong.
Jackie, no.
Okay, here we go. I'm using
Oh
this paper towel.
no, I can't watch.
Oh no, it's stuck. Ah, it's green. Okay.
It's supposed to
There's
turn
the
your tongue
shaking.
blue.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
bluish
Look at that
green.
thing.
Okay. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Ah, no, Jackie. It's in her. Oh, she's got it in her
Oh.
mouth. She's biting it. She's chewing.
It's gonna take a
It's
sec.
trying build. I think I just gotta do it, right?
Oh, you're going for the whole thing? Oh, she. Oh.
It's going up my nose.
No, we're
Oh geez.
Stick out your tongue. Be blue.
Oh,
Yeah, it is.
God.
Oh no.
Oh god, that made it worse. The air. Sorry.
get that milk going.
All right. Now on a scale
Am I allowed
of,
to? I feel like on
Yeah.
hot ones, you gotta like.
on a scale of 1
You
to
gotta
10.
wait for
oh,
how long do you have to wait? Like a minute?
Oh my god, it's building.
Oh geez. Oh geez.
Jesus.
Oh.
Milk time.
We better sign off the podcast before she needs to run to the garbage can.
Oh,
It's getting
God.
worse. It's getting worse.
Oh no. Okay, let's sign off. Poor Jackie. Okay. Thanks for
Tune
everyone.
in next week to
Oh,
see
no,
if Jackie
Jackie's
makes
dying.
it.
Okay.
The cottage cheese.
Uh,
Jackie, just
Okay, if the office
Terrible.
implodes, we know Jackie is no longer with us. So let's see if we can wrap up this episode before that happens. Jackie's
Gotta
drinking
drink
the
that
milk. I
milk.
think she made it a minute. I think she made it 1 minute.
now
Congratulations.
you're gonna find out if alt milk actually
Jackie,
is
well
the same
done.
as milk.
You took one for the team. Took a lot for the team, as you usually
Wow.
do. Okay, Jackie's gonna hurl. All right, let's
Okay.
let's get going. Okay. Thank you
That
for
was fun.
everyone who joined us for this episode of Taste Radio. Really appreciate it. As always, for questions, comments, ideas for future podcasts, please send us an email to
crying.
ask@tasteradio.com. On behalf of the entire Taste Radio team, and special thanks to, of course, our director of marketing, Jacqui Brugliera.
I think
Who's
we're going to be a lot more
shoveling
careful about
cottage
ideas
cheese
for
now.
future
This is amazing.
podcasts because this was one of those
Oh.
ideas for future podcasts.
Yes, it was. All right, everyone. This is probably the weirdest ending we've ever had for an episode. We'll talk to you next time. All right, bye.
Jackie's crying.
should we include a GoFundMe link for Jackie at the end?
Please.
Yeah. Okay. No, we need to wrap up because I need to record.
Yeah, you gotta go record. Jackie needs to go chop
No.
milk or something. Oh god.
Oh God. Can't leave her like this.
Oh god.
Let me go.
You can. Yeah. Okay. We're good. I guess we have to leave her. All right.
Good
Bye.
luck, Jackie.
Thank
Good
you.
luck. See you later. God.
Oh God.
Oh. Oh my god.